Erykah Badu, born Erykah Abby Wright on February 26, 1971, in Dallas, Texas, is one of the most mystifying and genre-defying artists in the world of music. Known for her earthy vocals, Afrocentric aesthetic, thought-provoking lyrics, and spiritual depth, Badu has carved a niche as a pioneer of neo-soul and a beacon of artistic freedom. More than a singer, she is a healer, an oracle, and a cultural icon whose life story is steeped in creativity, revolution, and introspection. Her journey, from a young girl in South Dallas to an international muse of music and consciousness, is not only extraordinary, but deeply inspiring. Raised in a working-class neighborhood in South Dallas by her mother, Colleen Maria Gibson, a teacher and actress, Badu was immersed in an environment that nurtured both her intellect and artistic curiosity. Her mother, along with her grandmothers and godmother, played pivotal roles in her upbringing, fostering a strong connection to African American culture and spiritual traditions. Though her father, William Wright Jr., was largely absent from her life, Erykah's maternal figures filled the void with creative energy and support. From an early age, Badu exhibited a unique talent for performance. She began singing at the tender age of 4 and soon discovered the worlds of theater, poetry, and visual arts. This passion was further cultivated at Booker T. Washington High School for the Performing and Visual Arts in Dallas, where she began to mold the persona and performance style that would later captivate the world. After high school, Badu enrolled at Grambling State University in Louisiana, majoring in theater. But academia could not contain her. Driven by an insatiable need to create, she left college to return to Dallas and focus entirely on music. It was during this time she adopted the name Erykah Badu, symbolizing a departure from the colonized identity of Erykah and a rebirth aligned with African ancestry. Badu came from a jazz scat sound and signified her growing reverence for musical improvisation and cultural identity. Badu's big break came when a demo she recorded with her cousin, titled Country Cousins, caught the attention of music executive Kedar Massenberg. Sensing her rare talent, he signed her to his label and helped produce her debut album. The release of Baduism in 1997 was nothing short of revolutionary. Songs like On and On, Apple Tree, and Next Lifetime introduced audiences to a new genre that blended 1970s soul, jazz, hip-hop, and Afro-spirituality, what would soon be dubbed neo-soul. Erykah Badu was unlike anyone the industry had seen. Dressed in elaborate head wraps and flowing fabrics, she radiated a regal energy that felt ancient and futuristic all at once. Her voice, soulful yet celestial, carried messages of self-love, ancestral pride, and spiritual awareness. Baduism became a triple platinum success and earned her 2 Grammy Awards. She wasn't just making music, she was preaching a new way of being. Later that same year, she released Live, a performance album that included the hit single Tyrone, a cheeky but empowering anthem for women fed up with unworthy lovers. Her stage presence, drenched in incense, poetry, and mysticism, established her as not just a singer but a modern-day griot. With her rising fame came a more personal journey, one that would shape her life as a woman and artist. In 1997, she gave birth to her first son, Seven Sirius Benjamin, with rapper Andre 3000 of Outkast. Their relationship, full of mutual artistic influence, was beloved by fans and culturally iconic. Andre would later credit Erykah for expanding his consciousness and artistic vision, which was evident in Outkast's groundbreaking album Aquemini. Motherhood became central to Badu's identity. She later had 2 more children, daughter Puma Sabti Curry with rapper The DOC, and daughter Mars Merkaba Thedford with rapper J Electronica. Each child came from a different chapter of her life, and each was welcomed with grace, openness, and spiritual devotion. Badu never shied away from raising her children in a holistic, creative, and Afrocentric way, often keeping them away from the spotlight while speaking about motherhood as one of her greatest roles. In 2000, Badu released Mama's Gun, an album marked by vulnerability and strength. Unlike the more polished Baduism, Mama's Gun was raw and introspective. Songs like Bag Lady and Orange Moon delved into self-healing, forgiveness, and feminine power. The album was a critical success and is now considered one of her finest works, a soulful diary of a woman unafraid to explore pain and joy in equal measure. By 2003, her music had grown more experimental. Worldwide Underground, a collection of jam-based tracks, showed Badu's increasing interest in improvisation, rhythm, and spiritual flow over commercial appeal. Although not as successful as her earlier albums, it proved she was uninterested in chasing fame and more devoted to exploring truth through music. Then came New America Part 1, Fourth World War, in 2008, and its sequel Part 2, Return of the Ankh, in 2010. These records cemented her as a political and spiritual force. The first volume tackled issues like institutional racism, capitalism, and black liberation. The second focused on the inner world, love, memory, and divine feminine energy. Together, they captured the duality of the black experience: struggle and soul, anger and healing. Throughout her career, Badu's persona has remained layered and enigmatic. She is at once a healer, an astrologer, a feminist, and an activist. She often refers to herself as a mother, doula, and scientist. In real life, she's helped deliver dozens of babies as a certified doula, a role she takes as seriously as her music. Warrington August. Her fashion and identity continue to defy convention. She has appeared in documentaries, on magazine covers, and in art installations, always as herself, never conforming. In 2010, she released a controversial video for Windows Seat, where she stripped nude in the site of JFK's assassination in Dallas to symbolize rebirth and vulnerability. The act was met with backlash, but Badu defended it as a necessary artistic and political statement. She also took on acting roles in films like The Cider House Rules and What Men Want, always bringing her signature depth and authenticity to the screen. In the years following her major studio releases, Erykah Badu has remained a vital and respected figure. Her 2015 mixtape But You Can't Use My Phone creatively explored our addiction to technology, even remixing Drake's Hotline Bling into something wholly her own. Meanwhile, she has stayed close to her roots, DJing under the alias DJ Lowdown Loretta Brown, hosting spiritual workshops, and mentoring the next generation of artists. Badu has influenced countless musicians: Janelle Monáe, Solange, Jill Scott, her, and even rappers like Kendrick Lamar. But her legacy isn't just musical, it's spiritual, cultural, and ideological. She has reminded the world that black womanhood is sacred, that truth is art, and that the soul is not a genre, it is a way of life. Badu's rise to financial prominence began in 1997 with the release of her debut album, Baduism. The record wasn't just a success, it was a phenomenon. Blending soul, jazz, R&B, and African spirituality, the album redefined contemporary black music. Baduism sold over 3 million copies, went triple platinum, and won her 2 Grammy Awards. For a debut artist, this level of success translated into a significant financial windfall, opening up streams of income through album sales, touring, brand opportunities, and music licensing. That same year, her live album Erykah Badu, Live further capitalized on her growing fame. With songs like Tyrone, which became a cultural moment in itself, Badu solidified her place in music history and in the financial hierarchy of top-selling R&B artists. Her voice wasn't just earning applause, it was earning money. But Badu was never the kind of artist to chase hits for cash. Instead, she viewed music as sacred, a tool for healing and connection. This mindset would guide her financial decisions for decades to come. Orchestra. Badu's discography, though selective and spiritually curated, continues to generate income. Her albums, Mama's Gun, 2000, Worldwide Underground, 2003, New America Part 1, Fourth World War, 2008, and New America Part 2, Return of the Ankh, 2010, each added to her catalogue of timeless music. Even without frequent new releases, Badu's existing work is heavily streamed on platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube, where her songs generate royalties daily. Her status as a songwriter, producer, and performer on many of her tracks ensures she earns publishing and master royalties, 2 key forms of music revenue that accumulate over time. As newer generations discover her work, and as neo-soul regains cultural relevance, her music continues to be sampled, covered, and licensed, extending the life and financial value of her creations. Erykah Badu's business acumen is as distinct as her sound. In 2020, she launched Badu World Market, an online store where she sells a range of products, including incense, teas, apparel, and artwork. The most headline-grabbing product was her self-described, vagina-scented incense, named Badu's P x Y. Though controversial, the item sold out within minutes, highlighting both Badu's cultural influence and her entrepreneurial daring. Badu World Market isn't just a gimmick, it's an extension of her personal philosophy. The store reflects her interests in wellness, Afrocentric living, and spiritual practice. It also proves that Badu is more than a performer. She is a brand, a businesswoman, and a curator of holistic Black womanhood. This venture, though niche, has added another layer to her financial empire, one that she controls entirely, without corporate interference. It's a model of what financial freedom can look like when it's built on authenticity and direct engagement with an audience. Badu has also explored other artistic realms that contribute to her income. As an actress, she has appeared in several critically acclaimed films such as The Cider House Rules, Blues Brothers 2000, House of D, and What Men Want. While acting is not her primary field, it provides supplemental income and expands her public presence. In recent years, Badu reinvented herself as DJ Lowdown Loretta Brown, performing at exclusive events and global music venues. DJing is both an artistic outlet and a lucrative endeavor. Given her stature, Badu is able to command high performance fees, adding a modern and relevant stream to her income without diluting her artistic image. Her music is also regularly licensed for commercials, television shows, documentaries, and films, further proof of its enduring cultural value. These licensing deals bring in passive income that strengthens her financial foundation. Despite her fame and fortune, Erykah Badu lives a lifestyle that is minimalist, grounded, and deeply connected to her roots. She resides in her hometown of Dallas, Texas, in a modest yet artfully designed home that also serves as a creative studio. She has often spoken of her disdain for materialism and her belief that money is a form of energy, not a measure of personal worth. Rather than chase luxury, Badu invests her wealth in her family, her art, her children, and her community. She continues to work as a doula and birth worker, a role she describes not in financial terms, but in sacred ones. She helps deliver babies, not for fame or profit, but as a spiritual responsibility, one that connects her to life in its most raw and divine form. This outlook on life means Badu is not just financially successful, she is financially wise. She's avoided the trap of celebrity overspending and maintained ownership of her brand. Erykah Badu's financial story is not the tale of a pop star who chased riches at the cost of integrity. It is the story of a woman who built her wealth through creativity, purpose, and spiritual alignment. Her estimated net worth of $10 million is just one reflection of her success. More importantly, she has maintained control over her art, inspired millions, and created a legacy that cannot be measured in dollars alone. In a world where wealth is often defined by material displays, Erykah Badu offers a different vision, one where riches are rooted in truth, freedom, and soul. Her financial journey is not only admirable, it is revolutionary. Through music, business, motherhood, and mysticism, Badu has created a life where her values, her voice, and her vision are all in harmony. And that, by every standard, is true wealth.